Razorblade Tears hit me like a punch and a hug at the same time. Two fathers, two murdered sons. And together they deal with a whole lot of pain, grief, and unexpected laughter. Buddy Lee made me laugh. Ike made me think of a lot of things. This book wrecked me in a lot of ways. Here on Boozy Bees, every book deserves a cocktail, and this one is a good one. And it's called Two Fathers, because this book dealt with so many things that these fathers had gotten wrong, but they were trying to make it right. And so in the book, they talk about Hennessy Cognac. And so I had to make something with Hennessy. They called it Henny. And so this is cognac, amaretto, and just a little bit of bitters and a cocktail cherry. Why I picked this book. S.A. Cosby has written several books, and I read one and I reviewed one. And the book that I read was called King of Ashes. And they're saying that it was like the new Southern Godfather. And that kind of set me on the edge. And so I was looking for a thriller, and I came across this one, and it kept getting all these good reviews. And I thought, maybe I should check this out and see what all the buzz is about, and maybe give SA a little bit of redemption in his writing. And let me just say that I really do enjoy his writing. Now, it's very gritty, it's very graphic, it's very detailed, and he has a flair for this kind of writing. Is he talks about things that, in my experience of reading, I have not read before. And that is, he always brings in a lot of things that I've never read it in the Black community. So this book is about two fathers, like I said. One is white and one is black, and their sons get married. And so that's a different twist too. So you have these fathers that have um, gay sons, and they've been murdered. So these two fathers go out because the cops, they don't feel like the cops are going to figure out who murdered their sons. And so they go out and try to solve the murder mystery. And I'm telling you, there are moments between these two men that are so um, interesting and uncomfortable. And then they have Buddy Lee, he brings the comic relief into the situation, where Ike brings the reality of the situation into it. And the reality is their sons are dead. And so they bring their two backgrounds together to become crime solving machine. And it gets crazy, and it gets over the top. And one of the things that I really enjoyed of the comic side is that the women in the book describes Buddy Lee as a kind of a downtrodden Sam Elliott, and I could just see it. And some of the things that he said were just too funny. And you're dealing with all this grief, and you're dealing with these two men that are just heartbroken. But one of the things that they're heartbroken about is the way that they treated their sons. And here you've got a black man and a white man from different financial backgrounds. And Buddy Lee he lives in a trailer. He drives an old pickup. He talks with a country twang. And then you've got Ike, who's been in prison, but he has come out of prison and he's made something of himself. He has a lawn service, a very successful lawn service. And so it's different spectrums of everything. But what they share together is the grief of their dead sons. And what's so interesting is SA shows these men coming to their grief together. And they both did not agree with the lifestyles that their sons had, and choices that they made, or and the sons both would wanted their fathers to accept them for the humans that they were. And it's just so interesting that after these two men were murdered, that the fathers saw the men for who their sons were. And it's grief to the point of, you see these men weeping over the relationship that they didn't have with their sons because of this, what they couldn't accept in their lives. And so all came together in a beautiful but very violent way. And SA, again, doesn't hold back on his violence in these books. So, my rating on this book is a 4.5 solid B. 4.5 Bs, because I really, really enjoyed this book. In fact, I enjoyed it so much that I went ahead and reached out to SA and told him that I had uh, pretty much slammed him for the book King of Ashes, but his redemption to me was this book. And I giggled, I wanted to cry, my heart broke for these two men, and it was just a great book. So, who should read this book? If you like murder mysteries, if you like gritty, hard, core thriller books, if you like to see men being men, but also sharing their feelings with each other, sharing their feelings with their wives, seeing them grow, this is the book for you. And I honestly really, really enjoyed this book. Thank you for joining me. I am Dana B, and this is Boozy B's Books and Cocktails. Cheers.
Cheers.